Do you have a leaky valve at your home? Is one of your valves you find in the valve box just causing a lot of pooling water? That's what's going on here at this home. What the issue is here is this filter is actually leaking, and the parts are pretty inexpensive to replace. And because we're gonna have to dig this whole thing out, the cost for this piece, you might as well just replace the valve as well, since you're looking at about $10 for the filter. The valves are usually between $20 and $30. I mean, if you're gonna dig it up and cut it all out, you might as well replace all the parts, because you can literally replace this and then, months later have a problem with the valve. So we're gonna go ahead and just completely replace both the filter and the valve on this drip line. So what Tony's doing here is disassembling the valve so he can take it apart in order to unscrew it, since it's so close to the other valve. We unscrewed the old valve here, and what we're gonna do is just attach the new valve right onto the existing thread so we don't have to completely redo the manifold. So these arrows here indicate the direction the water needs to flow. And if you see here on the actual main line where the water comes in to these sprinkler lines, you want it, the water's going this way, so you want to attach it that way so that the arrows are going that way, which is where it runs off into the yard. Now that we've attached the new valve, we're going to run the water and make sure that it's holding here, and then attach the rest of it after that. We want to make sure it's cleaned out and that there's no leaks. And also you'll see there's an arrow where the water flow needs to go a certain direction as well for this filter. And you want to make sure you're also, each step we've been adding Teflon to wherever we're attaching to the valve. We're going to add Teflon to this as well as we're attaching it to the piping as it goes on to one piece one after another. All right, it's all put together now. We actually attached the old pressure regulator. It was still fine. We had cut this poly line and just used a coupling to attach it, and this is ready to go, ready to test and see if it's holding water. All right, so we tested it and it's holding water. There's no leakage. So now the last thing we have to do is detach the old solenoid. So the old wires where the old solenoids were hooking up, we're going to just hook up the new wires and disconnect the old solenoid so that it'll work with the timer. One of the wires that has to go to this white ground wire that's attached here, this goes to the timer. This is the ground wire, and because you have two valves, one of each of these wires has to go to the ground line. It doesn't matter which one, and so you have to attach them all together. If there was 5 valves, you need 5 separate lines from each of the valves going for the ground, and the other one will be attached to the single station that we're attaching it to. So if you have any questions or any needs directly related to this type of repair, feel free to contact us here at AZLawns.com. My name is Eli Hall with AMS Landscaping. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook at AMS Landscaping. Check out our Instagram and Twitter pages at AZ Lawns. Check out our finished product.